Day 4.3, day 2, we're going to continue doing long division. Some of these have a setup that is a teeny bit different, so just be really careful on your setup. The division will be the same. So we're going to do x cubed plus 4x plus 5 divided by x plus 3. The thing that's different about this polynomial is that it's missing a term. It goes x cubed, but there's no x squared. So if you're missing a term, you have to leave a blank for it. So let's set it up so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm dividing by x plus 3. Okay, when I put this here, I'm going to put x cubed. Even though there's no x squared, I need to leave a space for it, so I'm going to write 0x squared. Then I have the x, and then I have the constant. Okay, even if you don't have a term, you have to put that there because you're going to have like terms to combine, and it's going to get you all discombobulated. Okay, now from here, we're doing exactly like yesterday. So if you were confident yesterday, you can work ahead and check your answer. So I'm going to highlight the x just to remind us that's what we're looking at. Okay, to get x cubed, I'm going to times x by x squared, and I'm going to put it above the like terms, which is why it's important to have this here. Okay, this x squared times x is x cubed. X squared times 3 is 3x squared. Boom, subtract down. Okay, that cancels. 0 minus 3 is negative 3x squared. Bring down the 4x. Okay, x times something to give me this. Negative 3x. Okay, this times this. So that's negative 3x squared, negative 9x. Subtract down. Okay, cancels. 4 minus negative 9 is 4 plus 9, which is 13x. Bring down the 5. Okay, to get 13x times x, 13. 13 times x, 13x, 13 times 3, 39. Subtract. Okay, 13x, those cancel. 5 minus 39 is negative 34. So that's my remainder. X squared minus 3x plus 13. It's a negative 34, so you can put plus negative, or you can write the minus and then do the 34. Okay, and then that is my answer as a mixed number. Now let's look at B. It says 19x minus 10x squared minus 6 divided by 2x minus 3. Okay, the little trick to this one is that this is not in standard form. So when you set it up, do rewrite it in standard form. So when I put it in the box, I'm going to put negative 10x squared first, positive 19x, and then the minus 6. And then I can proceed like normal. And just as a reminder, I'm looking at the 2x. Okay, 2x to get negative 10x, 2x times negative 5x. Negative 5x times negative 2 is negative 10x squared. Negative 5 times negative 3, positive 15x. Okay, go ahead and subtract. Cancels. 19 minus 15 is 4x. Minus 6. Okay, 2x times 2 is 4x. 2 times 2x, 4x. Minus 6. Okay, subtract. 4x minus 4 is cancels. Negative 6 plus minus 6, nothing. Okay, so there's no remainder on this one. So my answer is negative 5x plus 2. Let's look at C. Okay, C is the first time we've had a squared in our divisor. So we're going to do it the same way. It's always the same way, so we don't panic. Okay, just like always, I'm just going to look at the x squared. I ignore everything else. Okay, to get x to the third, I have to times x squared by x. I'm going to line it up under the like terms, which is way over here. X times x squared is x cubed. X times 2x is 2x squared, and x times 1x, x times 1 is 1x. So there's 3 terms here. I'm still going to subtract down. There just happens to be 3 things to subtract down. Okay, the first one should still cancel. So this minus this cancels. 3x squared minus 2x squared is 1x squared. Okay, and then 3x minus 1x is 2x. Bring down the plus 1. Let's do this again. X squared to get 1x squared times 1 plus 1. 1 times x squared, 1x squared. 1 times 2x, 2x. 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, subtract to get our remainder. Okay, that cancels. 2x minus 2x is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, so there's no remainder, so my answer is actually just the x plus 1. Okay, if you feel good on C, go ahead and try D on your own. You can pause it and then unpause when you're ready. Okay, x squared. Let me just remind myself, look at the x squared. Okay, to get x to the fourth, I need it times by x squared. So I'm going to put that, oh shoot, I'm missing a term. Oh man. Glad I caught that. So there's no x cubed, so let me put the 0x cubed, and then the 2x squared, then the minus x, then the 5. If I had not noticed, I would have caught it later because it would have been a problem. So where was I at? X squared to get x to the fourth, I need x squared, which is going to go way over here. Okay, x squared times x to the fourth, x squared times negative x to the third, plus 1x squared, and I'm going to subtract down. Okay, now had I forgotten, I did forget it, but if I had still not noticed that I was missing the x cubed, I would have noticed here because I would have had nowhere to put this. I would have gone back and fixed it. Okay, let me subtract. Cancels. 0 minus negative 1. 0 plus 1 is 1x cubed. 2 minus 1 plus x squared. I'm going to bring down the next one, minus x. Okay, let's try this. X squared to get x cubed times x. X times x squared, x cubed minus x squared plus x. Oh, be real careful with your signs here. Okay, subtract. Okay, the first one cancels. Okay, if I do 1 minus negative 1, I get 1 plus 1, which is 2x squareds. Okay, negative x minus x is negative 2x. And then let me bring down the 5. Okay, now to get 2x squared. X squared times 2 gives me 2x squared. 2 times x squared minus 2x plus 2, subtract. Okay, cancel, cancel. 5 minus 2 is 3. So I do have a remainder. So x squared plus x plus 2. My remainder is positive 3 over x squared minus x plus 1. Okay, let's look at E. X squared. I'm going to set it up. Let me make sure I'm not missing a term this time. 2x to the fourth, 3x to the third. Oh, I'm missing this squared, so let me put 0x squared. Okay, do I have it? Yep. Okay, and again, if you're feeling confident, go ahead and work ahead and then forward to the answer. Okay, x squared to get 2x to the fourth times 2x squared, like terms. 2x to the fourth. 2x squared times 3x squared, 6x cubed, 4x squared. Subtract. Okay, cancels 3 minus 6. Negative 3x cubed, 0 minus 4, negative 4x squared. I'm going to bring down the 5x. Okay, this to get this times negative 3x. So that's negative 3x cubed, negative 3x times 3x, negative 9x squared, negative 6x. Subtract carefully. Okay, cancels. Negative 4 plus 9 is 5x squared. 5 plus 6, 11x. Bring down the 1. Okay, now to get 5x squared times 5. 5x squared, 5 times 3x, 15x, 10. Okay, subtract down. Okay, so cancels. 11 minus 15, negative 4x, negative 1 minus 10, negative 11. Okay, now I'm done. This one looks a little bit different, and that's because my remainder has an x. So this is still my remainder. If I divide by x squared, I could still have an x in my remainder. If I divide by x to the third, I could still have an x squared in my remainder. So it's okay to have that. Okay, so but I'm gonna be really careful about how I write my answer actually. So 2x squared minus 3x plus 5. Okay, my remainder is negative 4x minus 11. So one way would be to write plus here, and then put negative 4x minus 11 over x squared plus 3x plus 2. And this is the safe way to write it because there's a mistake you can make otherwise. Okay, now, or you can write it another way, which is a nicer way, but it's not always worth the risk of messing up. Okay, now if I want to make this a minus here, that's fine. But I want this to turn into minus 4x minus 11. So for that to be a minus there, this must be 4x, and this must be positive 11. Because when I minus this, I'm making this minus 4x and minus 11. So the minus is going to distribute. So you have to be really careful when you write it with the minus sign because it messes up the signs. Okay, and this is the same answer. Okay, either answer is fine. The first one's safer. If the second one makes sense to you, then the second one is a nicer way to write it, but it does not make a difference to me. Okay, we got one more to try. Okay, so what do we got? We're dividing by x squared plus 2. Okay, is it in order? Let's do cubed, squared, x. There's no number at the end. Let's put a 0. Okay, even if the last term's missing, put the blank in so you don't lose something. Okay, and again, I'm just looking at the first term. Okay, so to get 6x cubed, I have to times by 6x. 6x cubed, 2 times 6x is 12x. So let me line it up under the like terms, which is way over here. I'm still subtracting, even though it looks funny. Okay, this cancels. Negative x squared minus nothing is still negative x squared. Okay, 12x minus 12x is nothing, but I'm going to put 0x because I don't want to lose the placeholder. And then let me bring down the 0. Okay, now if I do to get x squared, I want to get negative x squared. So I'm going to times by negative 1. Negative x squared, and then minus 2, which goes way over here. Okay, subtract carefully. Okay, negative x squared plus, this cancels. 0x plus 0x is nothing. And I'm not going to bother writing 0x because I'm done with my division. It's going to be a remainder now. 0 minus negative 2 is 0 plus 2, which is 2. That's my remainder. So 6x minus 1 plus 2 over x squared plus 2. Okay, and this is a good answer like this. This is the best I could do. Because there's an x squared at the bottom, there could be an x at the top. This one just happens to have 0 x's, so I didn't bother writing it.